Alright, and you see this farm right here. Pretty soon, there will be hundreds of these. Today, we're going to be building every single automatic farm in the game that I can and have time for. Now, I've been given list upon list of farms to make, but the most essential ones I'm going to start with are like food farms and sugarcane farms. Also, farms that I already have, like my creeper farm and stuff like that, I will not be expanding on quite yet. That'll be done in future episodes. And also, I'm going to be building most of these farms in like the same area that most of the materials will be used together. So like gunpowder and sugarcane, that'll be used for rockets. So I'm going to try to build those in the same chunk so I can AFK both of them. So we're gonna just get started first off by building a pretty good looking, because we want this to actually look good, area for the sugarcane. And to do that, we're gonna need a lot of pistons and observers. Alright, and what we're gonna build it out of is gonna be a spruce wood, so we're gonna have to go AFK at the tree farm for a little bit. I guess that's if I had spruce saplings. Alright, and lovely, that should be enough wood for now. Alright, and now that I have all the materials for this, we are going to build it right here, which is a pretty decent spot since I can probably just build more farms out that way, kind of move closer to the iron farm, and then this way too. Alright, and now I'm going to make it as long as this is, because it'll just look a lot better. And look, we got some creepers down in there too. So essentially I'll be farming creepers while I'm building this, which is very good because I'm going to want to use TNT to go mining for Netherite at the end of every episode from now on. But anyways, let's get started on this build. Alright, and basically in the middle of building this, I have realized a small flaw with my little design here. One being that I am going to need water in here. But I do have an idea that might just work. If I take a crafting table and I build a bunch of stairs, now if I go back in here and I mine the sand and then mine the wood and replace it with a stair like this, I should then be able to waterlog the stairs, which should count as water underneath the sand, which should allow it to have sugarcane planted on it. Now if we go up here, it'll waterlog the stairs and then place the sand on top of it and the sugarcane. Okay, never mind, it looks like I can't. But actually, you know what? It's gonna work if I do it in the wall right next to it right here. Alright, and now we just plop the water into the stairs and then plop down sand in front of them, and there we go, we can grow sugarcane. So now I pretty much have to continuously do that for every single level. So let's do that and then get back to the time lapse. Alright, and there we go. The first sort of tower that I'm going to build for this is pretty much done. There's only a few more things that need to be added onto this, and of course, one of them is sugarcane. So we're going to grab all the sugarcane we can. That should do. Next, we're also going to grab a bunch of torches, and now we're going to get to placing. And we've also got to finish off all the glass and the wood in the front. And there we go, everybody. The first farm is now pretty much done. I will be expanding this farm though. I will be adding another one, but I do not have the materials right now. I do need to save them for other farms. Now, of course, we are going to move on to the next farm, which is going to be a pumpkin melon farm. Alright, and I am sort of slowly running out of redstone. So what I'm going to do is find all the redstone ores that I have lying around, and we are going to mine them up. Alright, and just like I did for the gold, I'll do for the redstone. We've got a pillar up. Alright, and we just got a little bit over 11 stacks of redstone. That is beautiful. Alright, and like I said, our next farm is going to be a pumpkin and melon farm, so now we gotta start getting the materials for that. Alright, and here's all the materials that we are going to use for this. Now, of course, these are not all of them. We do have more coming, like glass and stuff like that, but this is the basic list of materials that will be used for the farm. Now, of course, we are going to build this farm right next to the sugarcane farm. So we're going to build it right in here. And we're going to dig a 10 by 10 hole. Now that that's dug, time to get started in the time lapse. Alright, and there we go. So the first layer of the pumpkin and melon farm is now completely done. I just don't have all the materials to do the rest of them.
One eternity later.
Alright everybody, and I'm back from being sick. Well, I'm not fully healed quite yet. I still have a ways to go, but I'm good enough to start recording once again. Now, if you remember last time, we built this. So I think we're gonna leave this for now. I don't really want to expand it for the time being, and we're gonna start working on some other projects. So another one of those projects is going to be a bamboo and a kelp farm. So I might as well do both of those. So pretty much the bamboo farm is gonna be the same as the sugarcane farm pretty much, except we won't need water. So now this will be working in the background while we're building the other farms, which will be really, really nice. And of course, the first thing we're gonna need is actually some bamboo. All right, we're just gonna do it with the same way that we did, again, the sugarcane farm. All right, and I have realized how much wood I'm actually gonna use for this. So I'm gonna have to go and pick up more spruce wood for this. All right, well, I kind of broke my tree farm again, so I'm gonna have to fix that, but I guess we're just gonna have to stick to manually chopping spruce wood since I didn't know that that farm apparently does not support spruce wood, which is kind of dumb, but I mean, hey, that's fine. I'll keep chopping spruce wood manually, that's all right. But all right, well, I have finished fully destroying this tree, so now all we gotta do is just replant it and get back to work. Always replant trees after you're done chopping them down, ladies and gentlemen. That's a Minecraft rule. All right, now that we're back and we got our wood, let's finish up the bamboo farm. Alright, there we go. I don't need to make this one as tall as the sugarcane one, just because bamboo grows a whole heck of a lot faster. I mean, we've already got pretty much 57 while we've been building it, so it's been working really well. And this whole farm has been working pretty well as well. We got 12 pumpkins and 20 melon slices. That's actually not bad at all. Alright, so now bamboo farm is crossed off the list. Now, the next one that I'm going to probably end up doing is going to be kelp, and I'll probably put that one maybe somewhere in here. Try to fit it in and make everything as compact as possible. Alright, and we're only going to need a few things for this. So, of course, we're going to need kelp. Alright, and we're going to build it right here. And, of course, we're going to be using wood as the building block. So, now, let's just go ahead and clear out all these flowers. Doggone flowers getting in the way of everything. And there we go, the kelp farm is done. It is pretty ugly. I did have to switch designs at one point, but we finally did find a design that will work, and hopefully that won't spill out everywhere. There we go. All right, well, now we got like a full compound going on here of farms. We got bamboo, kelp, melons and pumpkins, sugarcane, we got gunpowder going on here. So far, it's all looking pretty good. I think now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to get rid of this farm. I'm gonna go ahead and clear all of this out, which will give me a lot of sugarcane as well. So this will actually be very, very good. And then I can get started on that river that I wanted to put in here. Oh yeah, that sure did give me a lot of sugarcane, which is super nice. Alright, and now basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring the river down probably like 3 or 4 blocks. Not too far, but we'll probably bring it out this way a little bit as well. I think what we'll do is we'll end up going through here, but we'll just make it very like small, and then maybe like add a bridge that leads across it or something, or just have it dip down more. There we go. That'll have to do for now for a little base outline for the river. And now what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to basically fill it in and then put a bunch of water in here and then mine all this dirt out again pretty much. And then I'll go around, you know, decorating and stuff like that, but that'll come later. I think in this little spot right here, I might want to put like a lookout tower just because, like, I don't know, it's kind of bland. And I mean, I could do so much right here. I could build like a lookout tower and then like build it up to the nether portal. All right, I think our project we're gonna hop on now is actually going to be the Hoglin farm. Since yeah, golden carrots are a good source of food, but they're not the best. All right, and then to build a Hoglin farm, I have pretty much everything else, and the only other thing we're going to need are warped fungus. Now I'm pretty sure those spawn in like the blue crimson forest. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty darn sure. Perfect. Now we need to gather 15 of these things right here. Looks like this should be easy enough. They are everywhere. Alright, 22 of them should do the trick. And there's an enderman in a tree. Very nice. Alright, and we're going to be building it out here, and this is pretty much all the materials I will need, except this needs to be filled up with lava, so much better. Alright, and now that I have everything, it is time to get to work. Alright, and there we go, ladies and gentlemen. So the Hoglin farm works just fine. So that is another farm crossed off the list. And there we go. Down there, you can just see them all running around all scared. And then they just charge straight into the lava and die. And I get food. So food problem solved. Alright, everybody. So I think what we're going to do now is we've made enough automatic farms for this episode. So this is going to be like a series. We're going to probably build this one up more, maybe this one up more, we'll see. These ones are going to stay the same height. I might build another sugarcane farm, but I'll figure that all out later. Right now, the bamboo is flowing in, so I won't need to build another one of those. Sugarcane is doing all right. I'll definitely need to AFK for a while because I am going to have to go mining for netherite again at the end of today's episode. But right now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a bunch of detailing around the house. Also, I did fix the tree farm. I spent a good long while on the tree farm, and I finally fixed it. So I think now what we're going to do is we're going to build a huge medieval watchtower right here because I want to start actually getting into building more since I'm not the best builder, as you can see. I want to get better at it so I can build a bunch of big cities in the future and just have ideas for videos and just be a better detailer. So I'm probably going to have the river also run through here. We're going to run it out here and down here, and then I'll probably build like a bridge or something to lead over there. But for right now, this is what I've done for the river. I've sort of just, you know, dug it out and placed blocks down to get the water that's infinite blocks. So now basically what I'm doing is I'm just going to dig the riverbed out and just make it a little deep and then add a bunch of like grass and maybe like some coral reef stuff in here. I guess we'll see though. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring the river back through here. It's going to go through the mountain and out the back. And again, I'm not much of a builder either, so if you guys have like any ideas for building videos that I could do, please put them down in the comments below and like how I should build it and like just how I should implement it into a video idea. Alright, and I think the sides are now looking a little bit better. It looks like the river sort of just like came through here and chiseled this all out. So now what we're going to do is we're going to dig the river down a little bit. We'll probably go like 3 or 4 blocks down and add like a little crevice just so that we can add more to it, make it look more like a natural river. And there we go. That's actually a pretty good looking river that comes through here. I'm kind of proud of it. And then at the end here, it just, you know, trickles off into the ocean. All right, now what we're going to get started on is we are going to get started on the watchtower that I'm going to put up right outside my house. And it's going to just go right here. So we're just going to start off with a little base. Alright, now we're just going to start with a bunch of cobblestone, stone bricks, and regular stone. And eventually I'll go through and I'll add like some vines and stuff like that. So let's just get started on it. Alright, and I think the base of this looks actually really good. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and head up here to the top, and we're pretty much just going to fill this in. So now we're just going to go ahead and bring up the sides like we normally did and just sort of build like a smaller just tower up here for the roof. Alright everybody, and there we go. So the watchtower is now pretty much done. This is what it should look like. You know, I did look up like sort of an image and then base it off that. But we now have a pretty good looking medieval watchtower that's just watching over our bay. And I think what I have planned is to build like a massive docking system out here and make it sort of like a medieval port. I think that would be something very interesting to sort of implement into the island. Next on my list, I think we are going to build another honey farm that actually works, because I'll be needing a lot of honey in the future for like world eaters, so honey blocks are a must. We're going to grab a quick sleep and then we're going to head on over and build it. Alright, and we're actually just going to build it right next to my other beehives, since it just kind of makes sense. And I'll probably turn this area into like a bee haven anyways, with like a glass dome around it. So we'll see how all that works. Now pretty much I'm not going to do this whole entire farm in a time lapse, since I've already done enough of them today and it's pretty straightforward. And if you want to build this honey farm, it's by Sugarcraft, of course, and I'll just leave the link down in the description below. Alright, there we go. So the bee farm is now fully done, so that will be producing us honey. Now also I think I did sort of figure out what I want to put in the little ceiling compartments of my house. It is kind of an odd one, but I think it would be super duper cool and we might just have enough room for it. Now originally I was gonna want to place a fully automatic sorting system up here, and as good of an idea as that was, I think on the topic of having automatic farms, it would be better to have a fully automatic sheep farm up here. It would be annoyingly loud, yes, but I'll probably end up moving my base around anyways. I think what I'll do is I'll start the automatic sheep farm next episode, because I think next episode I have a lot bigger farms planned. I might wait and hold off and do another episode and then come back to the whole automatic farm thing, but I think for right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to end it off by finishing the other side of the river, and then we'll decorate it more later on. There we go. I think that looks pretty decent. There we go. So now I think that looks pretty good. Again, I'll just have to dig this one down a little bit, and then I'll have to come through here and add a bunch of decorations, but that'll have to wait till later, because I think now what we're gonna do to end off today's episode, how did I get a big potato, is, of course, from now on, we're going to end it off with going mining for Netherite. Of course, we are going to need more food, though. Oh, look at that. We found 2 pieces. We'll just mining to find ancient debris. All right, now we get to place them. All right, first row placed, and we got to make sure, of course, that we have an exit. I don't want to blow myself up and have that be the end of Hardcore Season 1, but here we go. Blow it up and get out of here. Now we just get to following the explosions and collecting all the ancient debris we find. Alright, and on our first tunnel, we got 13 ancient debris. That's not actually that bad. And now we get to placing the second row. Alright, well that line didn't give us too much, but that's alright, we got one more. And here it goes in the last row. And somehow the skeleton survived it. Well, we only got 2 from that last little explosion, but we got 22 in all, so that's pretty decent. Alright, now just throw it all in the blast furnace. And we also got a few more block of diamond to add to our diamond beacon as well. Alright, and with our 22 netherite scraps, added it to our other 2, we have 24, which will give us 6 more netherite ingots, which honestly is not too bad. But we are gonna add our first netherite block to the beacon, boom, as well as the 2 other diamond blocks to their beacon, boom, boom. And there we go, everybody. That is gonna do it for today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed. Definitely more automatic farms coming in the future. As I did say, this will be like a part episode. It'll be a little mini series in the series. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in a little bit. Bye bye.